So yeah, what's going on, YouTube? I wonder if I'm not feeling well. My opinion on movies lately has been the total opposite of a lot of people I trust. Maybe I'm getting sick, as I'm protecting us here. But speaking of sick, I watched the new Peacock streaming slasher film, Sick, over the weekend. I think I want to give you my opinion of it because it's the total opposite, like I said, of some of the other YouTube reviewers that I watch. So to quote another YouTube reviewer, is this a sick flick? Or is it just like the movie version of The Common Cold? Let's get into Sick, streaming currently on Peacock. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
It's a quarantine.
We're the only people around here.
So yeah, everybody, like I said, I just watched the new slasher flick called Sick. I'm a poet and didn't know it. It's streaming currently on Peacock. I'll give you a brief description. Due to the pandemic, Parker and her best friend decided to quarantine at the family lake house alone, or so they think. So I'm not going to dive too deep into this because I really did not think this movie was that good. I've seen a lot of YouTubers that I trust in some of the Facebook groups and just on YouTube in general who said this was great. One even called it like maybe the best slasher film they've seen in years.
Say what?
I think it's pretty tame. Maybe I had too high of expectations. It was written by Kevin Williamson of Scream fame, and it did at the beginning, the opening scene, have a little bit of Scream vibes. But it's almost like, to me, they just tried to rip off the best part of Scream and plant it in the middle of a pandemic movie. And could the timing of this movie be off? I'm just not going to go too deep into the actors that play in it. The main character is played by Gideon, Adlon, I think that's how you pronounce her name, or she plays a character named Parker, who's the main character. And I will say, I'm not going to spoil anything, but one of the other actors that I really do like in most things that she stars in is Jane Addams. She plays a character called Pamela, doesn't show up early in the film, shows up later.
Just one moment. Unlock the door! You have a mask, don't you? You're masked. What? I can't let you in. It's not safe. Are you kidding me, lady? Please!
I really like her. She's quirky, over the top. She's perfect in this role. I remember seeing her in the HBO comedy Hung, which if you haven't seen that, go check that out. She was pretty good in that. But like I said, this is supposed to be a movie set in the pandemic, which was, like over 2 years ago. I'm wondering if, because I was somebody who was on the front line, an essential worker, and I lived the stress of the pandemic day-to-day managing people, maybe it would have had more impact on me if I saw it then. But ironically enough, the health department or whatever you want to call it has called off with the national emergency of this pandemic. And then now we get this movie. So it seems like the timing would have been better, and it would have been maybe people were hypersensitive, and that's the reason that they didn't release it then. But I think it would have been more effective if they released it. To me, it was just more of a generic slasher. It didn't have a lot of gore in it. I wasn't really overly impressed. It was just paint by numbers to me. It wasn't bad. It has a decent hook, totally related to the pandemic. Like I said, maybe because I lived through it, I wasn't 100% shocked by the quote-unquote twist at the end. I kind of figured out in the middle, once one of the main characters gets a visit from her boyfriend, they tried to throw that in as a red herring, and maybe he's the killer. So I don't want to spoil too much. But once that happened and that played out, it was pretty easy to me to figure out maybe not who was going to show up at the end to be the killer, but how it was going to play out and what role it would take. I really wasn't surprised. Like I said, I think this movie is getting overhyped. It was good. I'm going to give it a meh, like right in the middle. It wasn't great. It wasn't on fire. And it wasn't hot garbage. It was well made. It was tight, little 100 hour and 23 minute slasher flick. It's nothing great. The director has actually made a better movie, if you ask me. If you don't want to waste your time, or you've heard bad reviews, or you trust me and you think, hey, I don't really want to waste my time on a middle of the road horror flick, I think you should watch the director's film Alone. It's much more intense. It's a much more thrilling movie. It's got more, like I said, intensity to it. It's a way better horror flick than Sick. So what did you think? Did you think Sick was sick? Or did you think it was like me, that it was middle of the road? Or did you think it was hot garbage? Put your comments down below. Let me know. I always like any of my videos. Throw a thumbs up on it. It's easy to do. And if you're already a subscriber, hit the notification bell. You'll know when I post new videos. And if you're not, join in. We got a lot of good things going on this channel in 2023. And I can't do it unless great people like you watch my content. So until next time, boys and girls, this is JebMan316, your pop culture reporter, signing out, saying you guys be safe out there.